Do you want to sign the next Robert Lewandowski? Well, if you do, check out the 5 teams in this video, and hopefully you can get there before some of the bigger boys in Europe. We are kicking things off with Jagiellonia Białystok. Probably not how it's pronounced at all, but they are a team in the Polish top division. However, in this simulation, they've literally just been relegated. They are very much a mid-table side at the moment, but they have had occasions in the past where they've been very close to winning the title. Jagiellonia have managed to produce players such as Arkadiusz Bogalowski. Probably not how it's pronounced. I'm going to butcher every single one of these names in this video. He's got 132 potential and at just 16 years of age. Looks pretty good. They've also managed to produce Lukas Makowski, who has 133 potential, a decent attacking midfielder. We also have Untitled, who has 137 potential ability and actually is playing quite a lot of first team football now at the age of 20. Jumping up to 158 potential ability, we have Paweł Chmielowski. Again, not how it's pronounced, but he is already 127 current ability, and with his potential in the 150s, you know he is going to be good. And at just 18 years of age as well, he's already getting a lot of first team football and scoring goals from right back. But by far and away, the best player to come through the Jagiellonia youth intakes is Karol Poduch, who is a 15-year-old goalkeeper at the moment. He has 179 potential ability. He's a very eccentric, very aggressive young goalkeeper. He's also got 6 free kick takens, which isn't very high, but it is for a goalkeeper. They also have this player here, who is Galinski. He's actually moved on to Legia already, but his current ability is 127. His potential is 129, so he's already almost as good as he's ever going to be, but he still looks pretty good at the moment. For the third team in our video, we have a bit of a wild card here, and that is SMS Lodz, who are a 4th division side. They don't have any history. They've not been promoted high enough. They're not going to be producing ridiculously good players, but they do have a chance to get some very good players for sort of lower down sort of Championship, League 1, League 2 level football in England. And a lot of that comes down to their youth recruitment, which is excellent youth recruitment. They've got a good academy as well. They've got great youth facilities. So that is how they're managing to produce some pretty decent players. Now, these players aren't going to be particularly special at the moment, and their potential isn't massive. We're looking at sort of the 110s to 120 potential, but Adrian Demic has got 117 potential, 18-year-old right winger. He's cheap. He's literally worth nothing. We have Tomasz Bartkowski, has 113 potential as a left back at 15 years of age. He's worth a risk at 15. You can't go wrong. With 115 potential, we have Mateusz Bartosiak, probably could be his name. He looks quite good. He definitely looks quite good. He is wanted by Ruch and Arka, who I don't think are particularly good in Polish football either, but I think that's going to be a step up for him. And at 15, like I said, he looks good, and once again, he's free. But by far and away, the best player to come through the SMS Lodz Academy is Christian Mroz. He has 131 potential ability, 15-year-old right back and left back. He's wanted by Wisła Płock, who are, I think, a top division side, maybe a second division side. Radomiak, I'm not quite sure who they are, but Mroz is one of the better players to come through. They don't produce players a lot, but every now and then they will get a kind of a little gem who is going to be good enough to play, like I said, top level Championship football potentially. If he hits 130 potential or 130 current ability, he can certainly do a job in the Championship. Next up, we have KGHM Zaglebe Lubin. Probably not pronounced right again. Currently managed by Miroslav Klose in the save. We've gone forward 5 seasons into the future. They are one of those teams that will produce players who are pretty good, but every now and then they get an absolute gem through their kind of youth intakes over a few seasons, and this is one of those instances. For the most part, they're getting players like Maciej Sikorski, who has got 115 current ability and 121 potential ability, so it's not massive, but he's not awful, is he? He's certainly not an awful footballer. You've also got Dudasuko, who is definitely pronounced wrong, is a 16-year-old right back with 123 potential. Also with 123 potential is Rafael Altweg, who's an Austrian goalkeeper for some reason, not even part Polish either. With 125 potential, we have David Kudla, who is a left back and left winger. With 135 potential ability, we have Andrzej Zaborowski, who is a very good looking left back, maybe left winger. He's more of a left back. He's very aggressive and very brave, if that's something you want from a left back. But without a doubt, the best player to come through the Zaglebe youth intakes is David Golab, who has 165 potential ability, central midfielder, high technique, high passing, high first touch. He's definitely a ball playing midfielder, a deep line playmaker, something along those lines. But yeah, 19 years of age, loads and loads of potential. He's definitely going to be getting Polish caps in the near future. Next up, we have Legia Warsaw. They are probably one of the most successful clubs in Polish football history, and they are obviously going to be very good at producing decent young Polish footballers. In this simulation alone, they managed to produce 7 players with 130 potential or higher, including Kamil Wojciechowski with 131 potential, Bartosz Sosin with 134 potential, Tomasz Nokon with 134 potential, Oscar Mazurczak, maybe, with 135 potential, and Karol Sizemkowiak with also 135 potential, but they've also produced two players who are much better than this. Starting off with Maciej Szymanski, who has 151 potential ability, striker with 5 finishing. He's a winger, guys. And with 159 potential ability, we have 17-year-old Polish goalkeeper Marcin Gniajpek, might be what his name is. He's going to be very good. He's probably going to be Poland's #1. But it does not stop there with Legia, because obviously for these videos, I do 5 different simulations each of 5 years, and in 3 of them, they produced some ridiculously good players. Michael Wozniacki is another example. He's moved over to PSG for probably a small amount of money. It's not really what it is, £2.9 million. He has 151 potential ability. This is in a completely different simulation. In the same simulation, they also have Patrick Skauren, who has 141 potential, and Marcin Jusiak, who has 140 potential. And then in another completely different simulation as well, Mateusz Wisniak, who has moved over to Australia by the looks of it, but he has 131 potential. Alex Truskowski has 140 potential. Marek Zich has 151 potential. And with 161 potential, we have Wojciech Wosial. He is going to be obviously very good. Already 2 caps to his name for Poland. What I'm trying to say, Legia will always produce very good footballers if you want to get them. They might be on the slightly more expensive side. Sort of, you might be paying a couple of million for them. And we are going to finish this video off with another one of the big boys, and that is Lech Poznan, who are much like Legia, one of the best and most successful clubs in Polish football history. And we've got 2 different simulations to show you because they are, much like Legia, always producing really good players. In this simulation alone, they have Kamil Rybicki, who has 125 current ability and 135 potential ability. He looks really good, doesn't he? He looks really good. Napoli want to sign him. We've got Karol Jasek, who is a young goalkeeper with 132 potential. Another young goalkeeper in Damian Blondek has 140 potential. Arkadiusz Stalmak has a 141 potential, currently out on loan, getting some first-team football. And Paweł Kedziora has 151 potential ability, and he plays all over the place. Why have they played him as a defensive midfielder? He's definitely not his position. And in a different simulation, Lech have also managed to produce Cezary Gałecki, who has 130 potential. He's also got 129 current ability, so he's not going to get much better than this, but he's already pretty good. Also with 129 current ability, but 135 potential, is Rob Goes, who's actually a Dutch attacking midfielder and striker, and I really like the look of Rob. Rob looks real good. Patrick Kuhn has a 136 potential ability, good looking defensive midfielder. Sławomir Zaremba has 149 potential ability, a 15-year-old right winger. He's obviously going to be going places. With 156 potential ability, Filip Trela, 16-year-old central defender, although he's 5'10", maybe he's not a centre-back, but then again, he's only 16, he might still grow. And we finish off with Maciej Wisniewski, who has 159 potential ability, currently out on loan at a team called Motor by the looks of it. Again, decent looking player, more of an attacking midfielder if you ask me, very aggressive, good eyes as well, 16 vision, he's only 5'5", he's a small man. Maybe Poland is not the place for you, maybe you want to be finding yourself the next Edin Dzeko, and that would mean you want to check out this video on screen, which will take a look at some of the best clubs in Bosnia and Herzegovina.